Hey guys, welcome to another Cigar Chat, hosted live every week on CigarFederation.com. I'm your host Rob from Cigar Federation. We've got Logan down there. I'm gonna keep calling it the green room, man. I know you don't like that, but
Dude,
it definitely looks green.
it is kind of green. I think there's tornadoes rolling through. No, I'm just making stuff up. There's no tornadoes.
We're gonna. Don't joke about that. That's scary
Hey,
stuff, dude.
don't worry, man. I got it.
If we had
My
a
house
tornado
is
out
fine.
here in California, I wouldn't even know what to do.
You just have like earthquakes and wildfires and a bunch of hippies,
We
which is about
well,
as bad as everything else.
but I'm not gonna start talking about the hippies, but.
I'm in Austin, man. There's hippies everywhere.
I love everybody.
I do too.
There you go. That's what I'm going to say about that. Again, thanks for joining us, guys. We're hosted live weekly on CigarFederation.com. Want to send a shout out to everybody who's listening on the podcast. You can download our podcast at iTunes. Just search Cigar Federation in iTunes Store or at podcast.cigarfederation.com. And special welcome to all of those tuning in on AFRN around the world. We appreciate everything you guys are doing for us. So thanks for tuning in. There you go. Logan and his sound effects. But that one is
They never get old.
that was actually warranted, so I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Joining us today, we've got the crew from Crossfire Cigars. We've got Scott and Brian. Guys, thanks for taking the time to join us. And we've also got Tim, you're one of the sales reps. We're going to get down the line and do intros with everybody. So let's just jump right in. Scott and Brian, give us a little bit of background on yourself and tell us about Crossfire Cigars.
Good evening, everybody. How we doing tonight? I am Scott Menifee. I'm president of Crossfire Cigars. Been with the company obviously from the very beginning, and Crossfire is going into our third year. We are headquartered here in Louisville, Kentucky, and Brian and I are here on my front porch here in Prospect, Kentucky. There you go. And but we're just thrilled to be here tonight, guys. So
Yeah, Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So I've been with Crossfire now a little under a year with them, and I'm from Kentucky as well, here in Louisville, and I'm glad to be here tonight as well.
Now that looks like a Crossfire logo on the breast pocket of your shirt there.
Yes.
That is a pretty sweet shirt, dude.
Yes, sir.
That's a good looking shirt right there. I like that. And Logan, it's hard to see with your camera, but Logan's got his Crossfire T-shirt. Logan's got the red one. I've got my black one here, and I'll show it to you guys in a minute. Oh, and then Tim, you've got that one. Oh, now that one is sweet. That's like a bowling shirt.
Dude.
Absolutely, dude.
And they're not Euro trendy.
That is awesome.
They're made for real Americans that may or may not have a few
That's
extra
right.
pounds put on them. I love it. Makes me so happy.
It's
No
not
Metro,
Euro
so.
trendy. That's funny.
I've had that happen a couple times.
Yeah, the schmediums are always good.
Oh.
So Tim, I'm sorry. Give us a little bit of background. You're a sales rep.
I am. I'm the newest guy here at Crossfire, and excited. Actually, you guys, interesting story. You guys had a little bit of a role in it. I was looking to get involved in the cigar industry, and was kind of looking around at different boutique cigars, and so after the show this year at IPCPR, I was kind of perusing YouTube and the blogs and just kind of checking out what other folks were saying, and I saw an interview that Logan did with Scott, and he kind of shared his heart about what the company was about, and so that caused me to reach out to him and strike up a conversation. And here, just a month or so ago, we connected, and here we are today.
Oh, that's great. That's good to hear. Logan, give us your thoughts.
I'm amazing. Social media, baby. It's the power. It's connecting people.
Yeah,
That's right.
we're all about bringing people together here. No, that's great, Tim. I'm glad to hear
Awesome.
it. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So I know we're all smoking Crossfire cigars. I'm smoking the Connecticut right now, the Connecticut Torpedo. Look at the burn on that. That's perfect. This is my second Connecticut today. I really, really like this cigar. I'm coming around on the more of a mild to medium with a little bit of flavor. It's got some nice sweetness to it. This is a really good cigar. It's got more teeth, I would say, than most Connecticut's do. And we'll get into it more specifically. But Logan, which one are you smoking?
I am currently lighting. Well, this will be my third Crossfire today because apparently I have a habit, as some people like to say.
That's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard. I'm about to light up the Bono. I have smoked a Connecticut, and I agree with Rob. And I don't like Connecticut's, and everyone knows I don't like Connecticut's. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was actually had enough muscle for someone like me. But smoked the Corojo a little bit in the afternoon as we were setting up the store, and I'm lighting up the Habano right now. So
cool. And Scott and Brian, you guys are smoking something special over there, right?
Well, we could tell you what this is, but we'd have to kill you then.
and everyone listening, that's a body count.
Actually, this is a prototype Corona size. Going to be a full body that we'll be releasing. Obviously, most of our cigars have been in the medium body range, and so we're trying to entree into a little bit fuller body. So this will be something we'll head towards the show for next year and mid-year release. So
and like you said, Rob, I mean it's burning even just to give you guys a little bit of a look. I mean it's burning nice dark wrapper, full body. I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited about this one.
Logan, do you want to guess at what the wrapper is? He likes to do this.
On which one? I can't see it.
You can't see it? That one there.
Looks like it's not the same cigar. One's Maduro, and then the other one, I mean, it looks like an Ecuadorian Habano.
They're the same cigar.
But one of them was closer to a light, it looked like, so it's kind of hard to tell.
You get a little bit of a reflection there.
I would have guessed San Andreas if I had a chance to guess. I don't expect you guys to tell us if we're right or wrong. But we like to play those games.
But if I'm right, tell me off air because I want to rub it in Rob's face.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll talk offline. Tim, you're smoking the Maduro, correct?
That's correct.
Cool. Yeah, so we've got the gambit covered here. I think everything but the Corojo is being smoked right now. So just to touch on the cigars a little bit, we've got a Crossfire Show special going on in the brand new Cigar Federation store. store.cigarfederation.com. That's what were those commercials? Is that those were like Yahoo or something like that?
Yeah.
Priceline.com.
Oh yeah, there you go. Anyway, but I digress.
No. Expedia.com.
Oh, it's Expedia. Okay, there you go. Whatever.
You're welcome. Sorry.
Thank you. Anyway, so we've got the brand new store opened up. Grand opening will be on Monday, so you guys definitely want to check that out on Monday. And we ship all across the country. We can also ship to armed forces through APOs and FPOs. So, any guys you want to place your orders, go ahead and do so. We've got these samplers. They come in a great package, and I'll have Scott tell us a little bit more of the background on the packaging. 3-pack samplers. This is the torpedo here. Solid cedar packaging. Opens from the top, and it's a 3-stick sampler. All 3 of them are still in here. You get the one of each blend. That was a horrible way to show it to you guys, but you guys get the idea. One of each blend: the Corojo, the Connecticut, and the Habano. We've got those listed up, and that sale is going to be going on until the end of business midnight next Friday, which is what, the 24th?
Something like that.
25th. So those will be available in the store. You guys can check them out. I think we're like at $23 and $26, something like that, for the Toro, and then there's also the Torpedo. The packaging on these things is great. Now, Scott, you were telling me the other day why you guys went with these type of packages for your samplers.
Well, I travel quite a bit, and I'm also a golfer, and so the reason for putting the packaging together in such a strong little cedar box is that we want to protect the cigars, obviously, because those are our babies. We want to protect those when you're
absolutely.
So when you're hooking and slicing golf balls off the planet, Brian has been known to do.
I will.
We want to make sure that when we go back to the cart that our cigars are nice and fresh and protected. But in all honesty, I told this story at the IPCPR show this past year. We have a box maker. His name is Kedwin Australia, and a year ago at the IPCPR show, he was walking around the show on crutches, and the story that we released this year at the show was that as many people will come to know about Crossfire and kind of what we're trying to do, that Kedwin was financially blessed by Crossfire, and he got knee replacements done here in Louisville, Kentucky, and so not only is he our box maker, so every time we make one of those little boxes, they're not cheap. We're supporting a Dominican family down there, and to help him raise his standard of living. So But he's a great box maker. We love Kedwin an awful lot, and it goes along with our mission in supporting Dominican business guys. So.
And if you got the opportunity to meet him at the show, you could see that knee replacement's taken well. He was hopping around that place like better than I was, and I've got 2 L's.
That's good to hear. No, that's a good story. These boxes. I mean, I'm a golfer too, and I'm more of a hacker than a golfer, but this is perfect, man. I always carry around one of those the 5-stick Herfadors in my golf bag, and that takes up a lot of space. I mean, this is perfect. You throw 3 sticks in there. You know, I usually go through 2. I'm like a front 9 guy and a back 9 guy.
Yeah.
But you know, you can carry them for your buddies or whatever. It's just a nice little added bonus to you know, come with the 3 different cigars that you're getting. So we've had this week. I think have we had everything of the 3 that are in the sampler reviewed, Logan?
We have. Our moderators, aka 007, has been busy.
Jared's been getting after it.
I mean, he's been on it. Because I was traveling, you know, and he stepped up to the plate, and he's on the show.
I woke up this week. Every morning I check Twitter and wake up, got a new review from 007. It's been a nice surprise.
He's a machine. He's a machine.
He is. I mean, you give that guy a target and he will nail it. That's for sure.
Love it.
I want to talk about his review of the Connecticut, because I think he nailed it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the flavor profile that he was describing is exactly what I tasted. It's very smooth, creamy smoke. There's a little bit of, well, I call it a white spice kind of on the back, and a creamy kind of nougaty flavor. That's another thing I like to call that sweetness. And I mean, some people call it something different, you know, like a caramel type sweetness. It reminds me of that nougat, like a Big Hunk candy bar. A little bit of peanut in there too. It's really, really good. I enjoy it a lot, and I know Logan even said that he liked it a little bit, which is Logan's
That's a
the kind of
compliment.
guy. Yeah,
I'd put that one in the compliment bank when you're having a bad day, and you think, oh man, I'm having a crappy day. Let me pull this one out and make me feel better.
Yeah,
that's saying a lot, because I can count the Connecticut's I like on one hand.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually full up now with you guys. That's saying something.
Awesome.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed that. And that's the Connecticut, and I had I smoked the Maduro at the show when we met you guys for the first time, and I remember enjoying that one as well. I'm going to get through the rest of them later this week, but I'm going to put Logan on the spot here a little bit, because you've smoked the 3 also that are in the sampler, so I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, let me just talk, since you've already so eloquently, you know, knocked all the wind out of my sails on the Connecticut. I'll talk about the Corojo. I need to obviously revisit because I was busy working, but this Habano is different, and like, I mean, it's definitely like maybe a medium plus, so I mean, it's got enough flavor and strength, but there's like a really weird note coming out of it that I like, but I'd almost equate it to like a bitter coffee chocolate kind of thing. I don't really know, but it's definitely got a bite. It almost tastes like coffee grounds, kind of. I don't know, it's weird, but it's good, but it's definitely different. It's a flavor that I don't get a lot in cigars, and I'm digging it. Would that be an accurate assessment, or is that just total BS I just made up? I'm just curious.
You know, I think William Ventura, who is the maestro behind Crossfire Cigars and our blends, you know, William talks about the cigar industry like a lot of people talk about the wine industry, and so all of us have our own individual palates.
This is true.
And so I pair the Habano more with the notes that come out for me is when I drink a lot of red wine with the Habano, and so I actually pull a little bit of some fruit notes out of it, and it just could be the grape, you know, the grape speaking more. But I liken I drink coffee with the Connecticut cigar, and so I definitely agree with that assessment as far as you know, the chocolate notes and all that. But again, it could be the coffee bean speaking through that. So yeah. I'm more of a pairing guy, obviously, than just everything on the cigar. But I would agree that your assessment would be great for your for your palate. But I think Robbie, Brian, Tim, all of us are going to have just a little bit different experience with each cigar, and obviously the time of night, or you know, if you cut grass, or you know, whatever it is. So.
Yeah, I like what John Huber said whenever he said he tasted gunmetal. You know, that was picked up notes of gunmetal in it. No, Scott's absolutely right. You know, everybody has their own. You know, depends on how much damage your palate has taken over the years, as far as what kind of notes you pick up and things like that. You know, some guys say I taste it on the tip of my tongue or the right quadrant, or you know, all these different things. And so, but yeah, you can pull all these different flavors out of cigars depending on what you're drinking with it, what you've eaten before it. There's so many things that go into the taste of a cigar. But for me, the Habano, if I got a clean palate and just starting off fresh, you know, it's that classic Dominican sweet tobacco and all those notes that you're talking about that come through, and it's just a classic Habano. Everybody that I've shared it with has absolutely loved it, and it's a great stick.
I mean, this might be a little cliche, but with the three, you know, core brands, especially that come in that sampler pack that you've got there, for me, it's almost perfect for a progression of the day. You get your Connecticut in the morning, your afternoon smoke right after lunch, right when you're winding down a little bit, it's the Corojo, and then every night it's my Habano. I look at them in that kind of shade. It's always my after dinner smoke is my Habano, and I agree with you, Logan. I get a little bit of a bitter chocolate off of it as well, bitter coffee. But those are two things that I just absolutely love to have in the afternoon because I'm not going to drink my coffee in the afternoon, so that's my way of getting the flavor.
Deal. No, I mean, it makes sense. And I actually have a question from the audience, and I think a good little segue here as we're talking about, you know, flavor notes and the profile. What do you guys think is, to you, because like you said, every palate is different, but what do you feel is for you guys the most flavorful Crossfire, or the most flavorful cigar that you guys have?
For me, it would have to be the Platinum.
Exactly what I was going to say. That is by far my favorite one that we have.
The Platinum has a fourth filler leaf on the inside, and we protect that leaf with it. That recipe is a very, very unique thing, and I think it's Williams. It's his ninth symphony for us right now. But that fourth filler leaf has two transitions in that cigar, and you get three different types of notes as you transition from the beginning to the middle to the end. So the Platinum for me is our most flavorful by far.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it has that Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper too. You know, that gives it a little different twist, and it's also not just the most flavorful. It has the most strength. Sometimes guys will confuse strength with flavor, you know, and it is definitely the most flavorful, but it also has the most strength, and so definitely one to have after a meal.
The best
Yeah, I think Logan's gonna like that one.
I like it. Sounds like I haven't smoked it yet, but I will.
Oh yeah, that'll be the one you like, no doubt.
You want to do one of our giveaways? I think we've got 4.
This is true. So we can go ahead and do one of the giveaways. And a quick radio break. If you're listening out there in AFRN, make sure to, we're going to be doing something special for you guys, all of our armed forces and veterans. And we're still working out the kinks, obviously, but if we're going to offer a 20% discount to all military personnel and veterans on store.cigarfederation.com. And you're going to ask, well, how do I get this discount? Well, you're going to email Logan, Logan, at cigarfederation.com, and I will send you the coupon code so that way no one else uses it except for our armed forces.
Yeah, one of my most important people in my life was my grandfather, and he's a military guy and huge influence on my life. And so anything we can do to support those guys serving, man.
Absolutely.
We love you guys.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So.
Deal. So how are we going to give this away? I just kind of want to pick someone. Do you guys care? Just pick somebody at random?
It's your show, man.
That's the first time I've heard that because most people want to pick somebody. I'm going to go with Paul Stevens. A new face in the chat, and he was very friendly. Paul Stevens, you win.
Paul's a big winner.
He's a big winner. A Crossfire sampler and shirt, and don't worry about it fitting. They'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Back to you, Rob.
I have to. Well done. Actually, one thing that I do want to preface is that 20% off is for Crossfire cigars. It's for the Crossfire cigars in the store. So it is Crossfire specific, and I definitely want to thank Scott and Brian for for stepping up and offering that. That's a real nice touch by you guys. So we do appreciate it. So let's dive into a little bit of while Logan's getting some questions from the audience. And let's for the next two, because we've got 4 to give away. The next 2 we'll pick the best questions that are asked. So you guys ask questions and we'll decide which one's best. So Scott and Brian, give us a little bit. You guys are you're pro Dominican Republic. Everything that you guys are producing is kind of exclusive from there. Where did that come from? Where did that love for the DR come from?
Well, in every box of 20 cigars we have, we put a little storybook in there, and so the storybook is really my experience, and that's kind of what happened. Is I went on a short-term mission trip to the Dominican Republic about 11 years ago, and just fell in love with the country, fell in love with the people, and got involved with a nonprofit organization based out of here in Louisville. And so as the years went by, we're trying to not only support the community and the people there, but we're also trying to raise money for ministry. And so Crossfire Cigars, all of our profits, all of our net profits of that go back towards an organization that is doing phenomenal things on the island. Feeding centers, schools, and just doing philanthropy work there. And so really, travel the Dominican, mission trip, years of service, and then let's create a business that is going to do something different than I mean, there's a lot of great cigar companies. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that Crossfire is exclusive in giving back, but that is our purpose and our intention. And so we want to give all the cigar lovers out there a phenomenal cigar experience, but then what happens with the proceeds of that goes back towards the communities and the organizations down there. So
cool. No, that's a great story. I mean, like you said, that's one thing about this industry that I mean, I've been on the smoker side of this industry for a while, but just over the last year and a half, I've been kind of pulling back the curtain and seeing a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, and everybody wants to help. It's a unique industry in that sense, as far as I know, that everybody really does kind of want to give back. I mean, we're talking Cigars for Troops, and we did a big thing with Project Mañana, which also helped out the Dominican Republic and with schools and things like that. So it's definitely, there's a lot of philanthropic things that are going on in this industry. So we definitely, I respect that a lot. So I think that's really cool. Go ahead.
I was going to say, a big family, and we as a boutique cigar have been welcomed. Lito Gomez from La Flor Dominicana he and his wife. I remember the first time I met them at the show 3 years ago. You hear all these names all the time, and you're just like, oh, there goes Lito Gomez. Well, he walked right up to us, and he knows somebody in the ministry that's connected with us extremely well. And because we were like, man, before Dominicana, what a great company. And he goes, hey, you guys keep plugging away at what you're doing, because 14 years ago, my wife and I were right where you guys are. Right. So you keep doing your thing, and you'll get there. So with that said, the cigar industry, just like you're saying, it's a huge, wonderful family to be a part of, and we're just blessed to be a part of it. So,
and a lot of that comes. I mean, we say what we did with Kedwin Australia. I mean, everything from the wrappers to the boxes to the packing to everything we do, we're going to keep it in the Dominican. We want to make sure that not only are our profits going back to the people of the Dominican, but we want to be able to create jobs for the people down there on the island.
Yeah.
Is there maybe an easier way to do things? I don't know. I'm not going to say that I've been in the industry long enough to know it, but I do know we want to keep it there because we know we can make an impact in so many different lives by being able to provide the jobs down there, making sure that they're secure and that they're staying there in the people of the Dominican. Because not only can we give back, but we can also, provide a stable bit of income for people down there working.
Cool. Yeah, very cool. How often do you guys get down there?
I'm actually leaving Monday. I'm going in 4 days. So on average, I'm down there about twice a year. We have somebody else that's down there about once a month. So we have somebody there at the factory on our U.S. team down there at least once a month. And then obviously we get to enjoy the fruits of the trips.
There you go.
But not as often as I like. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've never been down to the Dominican. It's definitely something that that I have on the list of things to do, and hopefully in short order. But haven't been able to get down there just yet. But
We can definitely plug you in with a group of people to go on a trip if you're interested.
what's that?
We can definitely plug you in with the people to get you down there on a trip if you're really interested.
It's magic words, man. I'm in. Let's do it. No, that'd be great. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely on the list, like I said. But let's. I feel like I've been talking too much. Logan, why don't you jump in with some? I know we've got some audience questions because
I've got a lot.
we put some, the weasels are out, man.
They're. I mean,
But
it's so much.
before we do that, one last thing. I mean, look at the burn on that.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I mean, and that ash is going. I'm not a big let the ash hang on kind of guy. That's not really what I do because you end up holding it weird and whatever. But I'm not trying to do anything special. It's just hanging on. It's about 2 inches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm really impressed with this Connecticut.
You don't like to play in that ash contest?
I'm not that.
Yeah, I did it. I did it.
Somebody had to do it.
I
Somebody
posted
had
a
to do it.
photo on our Instagram account about a month ago. I was smoking on my back porch our Habano Executivo, the Perfecta shape,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't holding it like you said. I'm not going to sit there and try to balance it. But that ash on there, it had to be 2 to 3 inches long. I mean, it was just the best ash I've ever had on a cigar. It held on all the way to the wrapper, and the only reason it fell off is because I was fiddling with the wrapper. But it was definitely something to behold.
Yeah, I had kind of and Logan and I were chatting. We had a video chat going while I was smoking the Executivo in the Connecticut, and I had the same situation. I had to knock off I wasn't proactive about taking that secondary band off, so I ended up having to knock the ash off to get it off. But yeah, especially in that shape. I mean, it really does hold strong. It really does. All right, Logan, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Rob, letting me actually talk. But I've got questions.
Wow.
Coming out the wazoo. Question 1 from 2 people, but I have so many chat windows in front of me I can't even see. But where, I don't think we've even talked about this, but where does the name, or how did you come across the name or come up with the name Crossfire Cigars?
Crossfire Cigars, the name came about with a group of guys that love the ministry and love the idea of what we're doing. So the cross, obviously, that represents our faith.
Absolutely.
We're a bunch of Christian guys, and because of the philanthropy work of what the company is about, the cross definitely represents our faith. The fire represents the tradition of what we're doing right now. You gather around the fire, you tell stories, you share life, and you do life together. Every time you walk into a cigar store and guys are sitting around the tables, you can just imagine a caveman with a fire in the middle, and they're just sharing life. So we took the 2 things that we love, put them together, Crossfire Cigars.
There you go. Okay.
That's a good story.
That's a good story. I like it. All right, next question. I'm trying to do these in order. 1, Jared, we could look at, I blame it because you're a KU fan for asking such a silly question, but I will tolerate it because I went to Mizzou. But are any of your any of the Crossfire Cigars Dominican Puros? If so, which ones? That you can share.
Well, the wrappers are Ecuadorian, but all of the tobacco is grown in the Dominican Republic except for some of the wrappers. When we were doing the initial blending about 4 years ago, we found that the elasticity of the Ecuadorian wrappers gave us this burn that we're looking for.
Exactly.
And so the Maduro and Platinum are so to answer your question, the Maduro and Platinum are the 2 Puros as far as, but the Habana series, the Connecticut, Corojo, and Habano, the wrappers are Ecuadorian.
Got it. Okay. So there's your question, KU fan. Next one, rapid fire. What would you be doing if you weren't making cigars, other than golfing?
Brian?
Well, it'd be working with our ministry. I mean, the nonprofit. That's what eats up all my time during the day. And I don't want to make it sound cliche, but that's what I do. I have a weird role within the nonprofit that I work with right now, in which it's everything and anything that they need, from social media to helping plug in with the different businesses that give back. I mean, Crossfire is not the only business that helps support the nonprofit that I work with, so that's kind of the thing I do. I got a background in business.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Had a Google Hangout issue, just kind of crashed on us. Screen went blank and said your Hangout has ended because of an error. I don't know what that means. It means something went wrong, not sure what. So let's pick up, what was that last question that you asked there, Logan?
So the last question that we asked, and my memory is terrible. What was the question? Oh, how long did it take, this is from old Bill Williams, how long did it take for you guys to come up with your current blends, and then what you guys have on the horizon for next year?
The original release of Crossfire was the Connecticut Corojo and the Habano blends. We call it the Habana series. That took about a year before we released that at the 2011 IPCPR. Then heading to 2012, we released the Maduro and Platinum. That also took a little bit over a year, maybe a year to a year and a half, because we were working on those in the very beginning, but they just weren't ready, and so we kept tweaking it and tweaking it. I mentioned adding this fourth fill relief to the Platinum, right, and that just kind of dialed that one in to where we wanted it. And then Brian and I are smoking our new release for 2014, which will be a full body in a Corona shape. Probably going to do one other shape than that, and this will be a full body. So enjoying this. These are aging just great.
Perfect.
So for everyone who's interested, next year looking at a new blend in a Corona Vitola. Was that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Probably do one more shape. Just we're working on that. It's hard to please everybody, and so especially as a boutique, we're trying to maintain our main core lines, but then we don't want to just release cigars just to release cigars. We obviously want everybody to have, when they get it, to go, oh man, that's another quality cigar from Crossfire. So, agreed.
Exactly. So, next question, and this one couldn't be more well timed, is that someone from the audience asked, why is Rob a terrible moderator? And I can answer that question because Rob kills the video.
I know exactly, and you know what? I think I know exactly who asked that question.
I know, and you know who she is.
Yeah, I know exactly who she is, and I'm a little bit disappointed. And no, that I don't know. Did the video keep going for you guys? Because
we were just chatting away, just having a damn good time, just hanging out.
I got a big red thing across the top of my screen. It says broadcast has been terminated due to unknown error. That's what I got, and all of you guys disappeared. So
blame
wait, I'll take full blame. I apologize.
Okay. Well, there you go.
No worries.
Well, you know what? Karma got me back because the ash that was that long fell onto my laptop. So now we're all even. We're even now. Okay. So now moving on.
So
I'm a horrible moderator, and let's just get it all behind us.
Let's just move on. So, but we're at a good point. We'll go ahead and pick a winner. And let me see who asked the best question here.
Definitely not.
It's not Miss 007 because she talked crap on you. Yeah. Let's do. Even though that wasn't. Can we ask the best or the stupidest question? Because I know who had won the stupidest question.
There are no stupid questions.
Let's go stupid question. Jared, KU boy, congrats for asking the stupidest question. You're awesome. And for everyone listening out there, you can pick up your Crossfire samplers and store.cigarfederation.com. Back to you, Rob. I love doing that. That's so fun. Do I sound like real announcer?
Yeah, it's hey and welcome back.
Don Pardo.
That's funny. No, you've got all the audience questions, man.
I know. I can't keep up with them. There's just so many.
That's why I'm saying let's get through them.
All right, next one. Harley Holmes, brother. What are your favorite pairings with your smokes? Could you expand on a little bit? Could you expand a little bit more on from our previous discussion?
Oh wow. I think Brian touched on that. For me personally, it's time of day. The Corojo for me is a great cigar with Mexican food. The spiciness of the Corojo seed in that cigar, along with Mexican foods, that just really brings out that pairing. The Connecticut really kind of goes with a lot of things, but to me, I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. As you can tell, I've had a few meat and potatoes, so hamburgers, hot dogs, just kind of your afternoon type fare. But the Habano and the Platinum for me is a phenomenal steak and wine pairing. For you bourbon guys, I live in Kentucky, and that's the one thing that I think.
Yeah, that's a couple weeks ago. I run a competitive gaming group. We had our first big meetup, and it was for Bourbon Fest here in Kentucky. If you all have never been, I suggest coming down here in September for it. But the Maduro with a good stout bourbon, Four Roses and a Maduro is kind of my favorite bourbon to pair with that cigar. When it comes to the Platinum, as far as a good drink to go, I discovered a new tequila while I was out at the IPCPR this year. It's called Espolón. It's their Blanco. I do that with my Platinum. It's got a really good spice. That tequila's real smooth, and with the complex flavors I get out of the Platinum, it just seems to go really well hand in hand.
Done.
Yeah, I pair everything with Diet Coke. So
Yeah. I've heard that. I've actually heard the cigars pair very well with, either water or black coffee, and I hear a lot of people say Diet Coke.
I love it with Diet Coke. Man, I don't know what it is, but it's just something about it that lets me experience the flavor of the cigar. And
cocaine and Coke there, Tim. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, but now see, I live in Tennessee, so if I wanted to drink a spirit, I tend to go like a Gentleman Jack or something like that with a Habano. I love that. It's absolutely wonderful.
I'll speak in on this. I'll cut Logan off. And
thank you, Rob.
Yeah. And speaking on this Connecticut, like a nice creamed coffee, not maybe just a little bit of sugar, that'd be perfect. Because this has enough sweetness that you wouldn't really need to sweeten coffee, but just a little bit of cream in there, yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Logan, you can talk now.
I'm to drink sweet tea, I guess, with my cigars, and like Indian teas and hot teas.
Maybe hot tea more so than sweet tea for me.
Maybe just 'cause I'm half Indian. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Next stupid question of the night. Bill Williams. And he even called it out and said, this is going to be a stupid question. He goes, if you were a tobacco leaf, what type of leaf would you be and why? Ha, ha, ha. Thanks, Bill.
Love it.
Wow. Okay.
Man, we should have got William in here and let him speak it in Spanish, and then none of us would understand. So
I'll go first, Brian. While you're thinking about it, I would be a Connecticut broadband, just because it's just an amazing leaf. I mean, I love the way it looks. I love the way it holds up, and it's it's not the most glamorous of leaves, but it's just a good, solid tobacco leaf that you can wrap it around just about anything, and it does well. So that's what I would be.
It's a good answer.
I like it.
Thank you.
I would like to say I have an answer, but I'm sitting here completely drawing a blank.
But I got nothing.
I have nothing, and I won't even lie about it.
Brian, that would be the hero.
Yeah, Logan, what leaf would you be?
Oh, I'm trying to think of something real witty, and I'm drawing a blank.
You're drawing a blank.
I'd be an African Cameroon. And why?
Why?
Because I'm rare.
Oh, Lord.
Where's the... I'm so well-timed with this stuff tonight. I am so good.
You're on it. You are on it. All right, what else we got?
We got more questions.
We've done, what, 2 of the giveaways, right? We still got 2 more?
We have. Miss 007 just asked a somewhat inappropriate question, so I will not answer it.
She's on fire today.
She is. I mean, she's got the bun in the oven, a little 007 baby in the bun in the oven, and she's just mean. But I love her, but she's mean. Actually, the question was boxer or briefs, but we're not going to answer that, so we'll just move on. So Shooter Shooter's Tour.
Shooter's
Tour.
Shooter
McGee. God, if it was just Shooter McGavin, you'd be so much cooler.
It's
but
Scooter.
I'm saying Shooter.
Right.
Actually, it was Scooter. Crap. Man, so I feel stupid. Shooter's Tour. Anyways, he said he really liked the 3-box, the unique packaging. Do you guys have anything else in the works where you can what you're going to be combining in unique packaging?
Right now, because of the taxes that we pay to get stuff in here, we're keeping the packaging pretty simple. And so, to answer the question, no, we don't have any unique packaging that we're working on right now. It's really more about the cigars and the presentation of the cigar.
Okay. Simple, straightforward, shooter.
Can I ask a question? Go ahead. You have the last one.
I got one more. Cigar Vita said, how did you get involved in the ministry?
For me, it was going on a mission trip. Just went on a trip. So we invited Robbie to come down and come see what the ministry's doing in the Dominican. And while we're there, we'll obviously go to the factory and see all that's going on there. But for me personally, it was just going on a mission trip.
Myself, I used to work for a large company that owned a couple different for-profit colleges, some of the pioneers in online education, and the CEO of that company, he pretty much moved away from all of that and went into the ministry, and I've been a pretty good friend with him for years, and I've always kind of kept my eye on what he was doing, and the opportunity presented itself, and he opened the door for me, and I came to work for him. It's just something like I said earlier in the interview, is I just like impacting people, and working for a ministry is a really easy way to get in to do that, knowing that what I do from 9 to 5 when I wake up, walk into the office, it's benefiting someone else other than myself, and it's a passion for me. I like to be able to make an impact, and that's why I did it. And when he opened that door, I didn't think twice about it. I walked right through.
Awesome. So yeah.
No, it's nice to be able to. I guess I'll speak on that a little bit. It's nice to be able to do something where it's more fulfilling than just a 9 to 5, or I'm helping somebody's stock shares go up a few points or whatever. I mean, you're actually reaching out and helping real people. So I can see the attraction of that for sure. I mean, you're blessed to be in a position where you can actually do that, and still maintain supporting yourself as well. That's a unique position to be in.
I would encourage anybody to go for it.
Absolutely.
And obviously there are things in your local communities that you can get involved in too that can be just as fulfilling. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in a third world country like I did, but ministry happens everywhere you are, guys. So just let it just open up your heart to it, and it'll happen for you.
It's and we do stuff here. We do stuff here in the States as well with the nonprofit that I work with. It's like Scott's saying. It's a lot of people, especially, we get caught up in our lives on a day-to-day basis thinking, I'm really struggling. I'm hurt right now. Financially, things aren't going well for me. I'm here to tell you, after being involved with these guys, and everybody listening to this more or less, unless you're in one of those situations, we've got it good. I don't care how bad I think I have it.
And this is true.
We have it extremely well compared to the people on the island of Hispaniola. Not just the Dominican Republic, but Haiti as well. It's
absolutely.
We live in a paradise compared to a lot of these other people, and to think that I can get up and do whatever it is that I do during the day is going to change a whole bunch of people's lives. You can't beat that. You don't have to be rich to be involved in a nonprofit or to be involved in ministry. I can't tell you how many people come to work with our nonprofit that this isn't what they do 9 to 5, and it's not always what I do 9 to 5, but they give every little bit they can because they know 3 hours a day they can come do something once a month, and it helps. It really helps. You can go out to your own cities right now, and I guarantee you there's probably 100 nonprofits where every one of you live right now that you can just donate a couple hours of your time a month and really make an impact in something that they're doing.
Yep.
This is true. I mean, I've traveled quite a bit to work for India and other places, and that's one thing I always say is people ask me, why'd you go, what's in India? And I was like, well, first of all, for starters, about 1 billion people. And then,
Right.
but I was like, I mean, my biggest worry, I call it first world problems. I was like, oh man, cable's not coming in tonight. Like, that's like my biggest worry. You know what I mean? People just have no, unless you've traveled to a third world country, wherever it is, you just have no idea how good we have it. You just have no clue.
Exactly.
So, Rob, I got one more question from the audience.
Do it.
Dave Nichols, longtime fan and friend of the show, asks, how long have you guys been in social media? And have you noticed that since you've started your social accounts, have they affected your sales and or popularity?
Absolutely. From a Crossfire standpoint, I think we've been, what, about 6-7 months? Yeah. As far as social media goes, and that's when I really started getting involved, because that's what I do some of that for the nonprofit now. As far as exposure and popularity, I mean, absolutely. We are connecting with a whole lot more people in states that we never thought we would even get into stores that are contacting me through Facebook, contacting me through Twitter, our Instagram, and it's really taken off quite a bit, especially after the IPCPR.
Yeah, boutique cigars, and really, the guys at Ezra Zion, they have, they have taught us a lot about it, and we work with those guys, and so they have showed us the power of social media. So I think they're a prime example of what social media can do for a boutique, and those guys are just rocking it. So we're just trying to learn from people that are pioneers and do the same thing. So
exactly. So I don't know if did you guys check out my seminar at IPCPR? I don't know. I mean,
I watched it on YouTube.
You did?
I watched it on
I
YouTube.
did.
There you go.
Awesome.
Hey, there you go. Okay.
Yep.
I was just going to say, because they've learned every trick from me. So if you want to come to the horse's mouth, you just come right over here.
Yeah,
Let's
I heard
see.
them heckling you. So.
Man behind the curtain.
I know. People were heckling me, but hey,
That's right.
I just presumed the other day at a conference, once I get one laugh, I'm good. But until I get that first laugh, man, I am nervous.
all right. So Logan, a camo hat with a Crossfire logo, is that something that you think you would wear?
A camo what?
Camouflage hat.
Camel hat.
Well, it'd be kind of hard to take this hat off because my birds are doing so good, but I would probably, I've worn worse. I have definitely worn worse.
So are you a big St. Louis Cardinals fan?
M-I-Z-Z-O-U, baby. I grew up in Missouri. I love the birds.
Do you want to know why the Maduro box is red?
I do, because you told me at IPCPR, but I won't spoil the surprise, so you can tell everyone.
Mike Matheny, the manager for the St. Louis Cardinals, was the idea behind the Maduro box. The red with the gold emblem is St. Louis Cardinals. He was one of the first ones to smoke the Maduro before we brought it to the IPCPR in 2012. So, and an interesting tidbit, Mike Matheny was on a mission trip with our nonprofit ministry in the Dominican when he got the call to get the job to be the St. Louis Cardinals manager. There you go.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're big Cardinals fans too. So
Absolutely.
Well, who isn't? Except for Rob. How the Giants do this
The
year?
Dodgers.
I'm a big time Cardinals fan right now.
Well, I know you are right now, but you won't
You a
be in
Giants
probably
fan?
another week. Yeah, he works for the Giants.
Yeah, I'm actually. I can't say anything negative about the organization.
Okay.
No, I'm a big time Giants fan. I grew up in the Bay Area in the 80s and 90s, and yeah, big time 49er fan and Giants fan. But yeah, no, definitely, I hate the Dodgers more than. I mean, I don't like to hate anything. I don't even like to use that word, but it's pretty applicable when it comes to the Dodger blue. So I'm a big time Redbirds fan right now, and I like Mike Matheny, former Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hate the Dodgers about as much as I hate people from Kansas.
Yeah, it's probably that's the way that you hate people from Kansas. I could never ever understand that.
No,
Just
you won't. I can tell you some really funny stories about it. Like, if I see someone walking down the shirt with a KU shirt, like, and they see my Mizzou shirt, like, we will literally stare each other down. I've been on cruises, walking down the hall, and had somebody, like, bump into me because I was wearing a Mizzou shirt and they were wearing a KU shirt. And like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
On a cruise, like, and there's nowhere to go on the boat. Like,
no, and he was like
stuck together.
This jerk. He was walking down. And he was like, "Oh, turbulence or whatever, waves," and like hit me. And I was like, "Oh no, oh no." And then,
I think that's actually pretty strong.
It was pretty funny. And then I wouldn't say it a little more animated, but the guy ended up sitting next to us at dinner. So the whole time, I just staring him down. My wife's like, "Logan, just stop it." I was like, "Babe, you just will never understand this." Just they came and burned down and killed Missourians. We went down and burned Lawrence down. You just don't know how the hatred runs between Missouri and Kansas. You just don't even get it.
Well, you're getting amped up right now.
I am. I just don't like them. I mean, okay, we'll stop, but I just don't like them.
Right now, the big rivalries, UK U of L, it's huge. I mean, football season's behind us. UK doesn't have a team, but when it comes to basketball season, that UK U of L rivalry, it gets bloody here. It's
Yep.
That's intense. Like I used to work at UC Berkeley, and the Cal-Stanford rivalry. I put quotes around that because who cares? I mean, some people care, but like I guess they actually take it pretty seriously. Like, I worked in the athletics department, and like nobody drove red cars. You know, and you always see red cars, but nobody would have a red car because Stanford's red. But whatever. It's exceptionally benign compared to what you guys are talking about. You know, the Pac-12 is not really on the same level, I don't think. But
so
anyway,
because Kentucky basketball is near and dear to my heart, if there's a UK fan out there that wants to send in their information to you, that's who I'm going to pick to get the next gift pack from Crossfire.
Oh, do we have any UK fans?
But we have another KU fan.
They're all UK fans.
He goes, "Mizzou sucks." I go, "You suck." He goes, "Mizzou ran away." I go, "To something better. The Big 12's garbage."
Yeah, SEC, baby, SEC.
Yeah, you know it. And look, beating Georgia last week.
Come on now, the Dogs.
Woo! Getting big.
Great game.
So I'm looking to see if there's any.
I'm sure they're all fans now.
Yeah, they probably all went there. You know,
Go Wildcats!
Generation legacies, you know.
Yeah, name like somebody on the basketball team at least. I mean, something. Yeah. I can't do it, but I'm sure somebody can. While Logan's tracking that information down, I'm a graphic guy by trade. I'm visual.
We have one.
Oh, we do. You
No,
interrupted my question.
I don't know if I'm sorry, but really, Cigar Vita, you actually went to the University of Kentucky.
Oh,
we're
wow.
gonna need to see a diploma or like
That's what a major was.
A student ID card or something.
Declared major. You want to find
Oh, we have another guy who went to U of L.
Oh, no.
Dude, look at this. This is so interesting. Okay,
it's getting real.
So, Cigar Vita, I'm going to take you at your word that you are a University of Kentucky graduate, and you will win our third sampler. And, Paul, I love you. You said the SEC rules, so you already won something, or I would give you something. But, Cigar Vita, good job.
The U of L fan, that's Gary. He hasn't been around in a while.
I know, man. People are just popping out of the woodwork.
Welcome back, Gary. He was 007 before 007 was 007. Gary was the one who would win everything.
Oh, dude, he was a ninja.
He would come in and win all the contests, and then Jared took over.
That's true.
But no, that's funny. Okay, so we've got one more left, and we'll do that right as we wrap up. I think we've still got about 10 minutes left.
Do we?
Maybe a couple. I've got one last question because I want to talk about it a little bit because I really like your logo. And how did you guys work on this, or do you have somebody who did the graphic work for you? What's the story behind it? I mean, I'm sure I can guess what the story is behind it, but I'm drawn to it, so I want to know a little bit more about it.
Well, I shared that my core business every day is I own a printing company here in Louisville. So my graphic designer, it went through about 100 designs before we settled on what we currently have. But the gothic look of the logo, I'll call it a God thing. Just sitting around, sharing the story, talking about Crossfire, putting that all together, and then drawings just start to appear. And Rob, with your graphics background, you know how a graphic person will kind of listen to those stories, and then they listen and they just kind of put it all together. So the fire burst actually came from a firefighter website that we grabbed. So the flame burst got super emblazed behind the Gothic cross and the scroll work. But the scroll work of the logo actually was meant to be a tattoo. So I didn't get one because my arms are too fat. But
That's a problem.
These days, when I'm older, I may get a Crossfire scroll work tattoo on my arm. So
I love it. That's funny.
The first listener out there that gets that tattooed on them, I'll hook them up with a sampler.
That's a big commitment right
there.
there.
It is. Yeah, the first
I'll
guy to
put
get
it out there. You want to get it done, I'll send it right out to you.
That's funny.
There's probably somebody that would take that.
We need photos, and nothing that's photoshopped. We can tell.
Yeah.
We can tell. So we're pretty much. I think we're kind of up against it as far as time, right, Logan? I lost track because I got shut down. So I think we may have. We've done all the giveaways, correct?
We have. We've done 3.
Okay.
And then
perfect.
the other one ends tonight at midnight. And get your entries there. It's on the main page of CigarFederation.com. Lots of easy entries just for showing up or tweeting about the giveaway or following, Crossfire on Facebook and/or Twitter. And yeah, it ends at night. So I'll be picking someone tomorrow morning and sending that off. So get them in before the time is over.
Cool. And those are all. You guys are all going to win the sampler that's in the photo there, the exclusive or the. I always want to say exclusivo, but it's the executivo sampler, and a T-shirt as well that Logan's so proudly wearing. So guys, Scott and Brian, thanks for taking the time to sit down and tell us your story. I do apologize for Logan screwing up the video in the middle.
Whoa!
But we're apparently he's still working. I don't know.
No.
So, right before we wrap up here, give everybody kind of an idea of where they can find you online. Twitter, Facebook. You guys are on Instagram as well. So let everybody know where they can find you.
CrossfireCigars.com, and that's pretty much the handle for everything. At Crossfire Cigars is our Twitter handle. Facebook.com/Crossfire Cigars. And Crossfire Cigars on Instagram. You can get us just about everywhere.
Cool. Yeah, and there's like I said, we mentioned this earlier. You guys are definitely building a presence in the social arena. So it's there's always some stuff going on. So it's good to follow you guys. That's all stuff. If you're going to do that, do that through the contest, and you'll be entered to win the sampler as well. Tim, thanks for taking the time, buddy. Man, we appreciate you sitting down and chatting with us a little bit, and again putting up with Logan. I mean, I really have to apologize for him today.
No, man. Well, hey, let me say this too. You guys are just absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for what you do for the cigar industry. No joke. I mean, everybody busts on you sometimes, but it's just because everybody loves you. Yeah. And you guys are just, I mean, no lie, man. You guys are just the cream of the crop, and I couldn't think of anybody better to be representing the industry on the Armed Forces Network than you guys, and we really, truly, genuinely appreciate what you guys do.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm putting that away in the compliment bank, so when Rob's ragging on me, I can just pull that one up.
Yeah, that's we appreciate that. We always do appreciate the kind words, and we're trying to do everything we can to get to spread the word about newer companies like yourselves and the boutique stuff, and all the things like that. So yeah, we do we appreciate that feedback. That's kind words are always welcomed. So so you guys check us out, CigarFederation.com. We broadcast every Thursday live. We're on AFRN every Wednesday, and you can check out our podcast on iTunes. I always want to say YouTube. We're on YouTube too, but the podcast is on iTunes. Search Cigar Federation or podcast.cigarfederation.com. I'm Robbie Raz. You can find me on Cigar Federation on Twitter. I'm at Robbie Raz. Logan, you are at Logan at Dell, Corporate Monkey.
Corporate Monkey. Oh, and don't forget, coupon.
Oh, yeah, the coupon.
Forces Network. Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah, email Logan at CigarFederation.com, or you can email me, Rob at CigarFederation.com. And
faster response, email Logan.
Yeah, it's true. That is a definite true story. My inbox is where emails go to die, man. It's unbelievable. But yeah, so we've got 20% off for all active and veteran military on the Crossfire samplers, and that's going to be up until Friday, October 25th. 25th is Friday. So yeah, just email us and we'll give you the coupon code and you get that 20% off. And we can ship to all APOs and FPOs. So yeah, we'll take care of that. And next week, Logan, what do we got?
We got my boy Skippy Martin.
Skippy.
Skippy. I'm so excited. I can't wait to rag on him. It's gonna be awesome.
With Roma Craft cigars. So they've got some really great stuff.
Oh.
So that'll be fun to have them on. We actually haven't had them on the show since we've gone video, so it's been like over a year and a half. Yeah. And just for a little background, Skip and Logan used to work together at Dell, so they'll probably they may actually. Can we get you guys in the same room so you can fight?
No, I think I probably would elbow him in somewhere. I don't know.
I think Skip can take you, dude.
Dude, he's a large man, and he used to be in the military, so he'd probably whoop my hiney.
Skip can take you, and Mike can take you too, I think.
Dude, Mike's a ninja. Well, Mike, yeah, I wouldn't F with Mike. But yeah, I think he might be in Nicaragua, but they both live in Austin here, so hey, who knows? Mike might end up in the green room in my garage. Who knows?
Yeah, well that'll have to be pay-per-view, I think. We'll get that one on pay-per-view. So, hey guys, Scott, Brian, Tim, thanks again for coming out. We do appreciate it. Everything you guys are doing with Crossfire and giving back to the community and the Dominicans. So we just think it's great, and I really like that Connecticut, man. I can't say enough about it. That's a really good cigar, even though the ash did drop on my keyboard, but that was more my fault than the cigar's fault. So, again, we do appreciate everything you guys are doing. We'll have plenty of reviews and stuff coming up. I think Jared's got a couple more in the
hopper.
In the hopper, so we'll keep an eye out on that for the next few days on CigarFederation.com. We appreciate it, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Easy. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.